Welcome to another video. Last video, you guys absolutely blew that shit up. I was expecting to have to post at least 10 videos before I start getting anything over like 50 views. But last video, you guys left a bunch of comments. You guys all hit the like button. I got a bunch of subscribers. I have over 800 views on that video as we speak. And that shit honestly motivated me. I was only going to post once a week, but I'm thinking of posting maybe 2 or 3 times a week because I didn't know people actually got value from this as much as you guys did. So if you get value from this video, leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, and that just shows me that I'm on the right path. And if you have any questions, let me know, because I don't know what you don't know. That being said, last video, I talked about how fasting could be the one thing that's holding you back, right? You could add a bunch of stuff. You could add cold showers, a better diet, a better sleeping schedule, but that's not going to actually solve the root cause. And it's almost like, imagine you have a leak in your roof, right? And it's leaking water every single day. And instead of just fixing the fucking problem, every day you mop and dry it. It's like, sure, that works technically if you want to mop that area every single day for the rest of your life. Or you could take the step that's a little bit harder and just fucking fix the problem. You never have to deal with it again, right? And so in my last video, I go into depth on why that is and how most high performers are in something called a high performance survival loop, is what I call it. But today I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to show you guys the actual evidence that I'm not just fucking yapping, right? Because last video, I used myself as an example, and that's cool if you guys believe me, but I could just be lying out of my ass, right? And so until proven, all is just theory. But today I'm going to show you one of my clients who is going through my E28 program, which is a fasting program that I created to break that cycle. And I'm going to be showing you guys the results that he's getting. With that being said, I have a fucking Zyn. All right, I'm going to pop one right now. And let's fucking lock in, guys. All right, so take a look at this Miro. It's the name of the software. Let's look at the sheets. This is his daily tracker. Now, I haven't looked at this in a while, so I'm just gonna this is the first time looking at it with you guys. Part of the E28 program is you're required to track your daily analytics, so I can see what you're going through. I can see if there's anything wrong and whatever, right? But look, day 1, he was 159 pounds. Sleep quality, 5. Sleep duration, 7 hours. Exercise, yes. He's a gym bro. He's a high performer. Let me give you some context. This guy is a sales guy. He's a high ticket closer. He's a fucking killer. And the reason why he came to me was because he wanted to remove the mental fog. He'd get on these sales calls and just have brain farts. Some days he's sharp, some days he's not. Just super inconsistent, which is exactly what I talked about in that last video. And not only that, but he also struggles with like acne and some skin flares. And he just wanted to fucking completely remove that, right? And so I was like, E28 could definitely fucking help you out, right? So with that being said, exercise, cool. Energy levels, 5 out of 10. Mood, 4. Hunger, 7. Skin health, 5. Urine color, light yellow. That's important because depending on your urine color, it tells me how hydrated you are. And believe it or not, just drinking more water doesn't hydrate you. If you drink a lot of water with no electrolytes, you'll actually dehydrate yourself. So whatever. That's why it's a guided fasting program, because I learned all this shit the hard way. I used to think that if my piss was clear, then I'm fucking good. Little did I know I was smoking myself. But anyways, if you just look, it's a 14-day fast, right? And then a 14-day refeed where you start introducing food again, but the proper food so you keep your results. This guy is he's 4 days in, and look at the fucking results he got. His weight, he went from 159 to 147. Now, keep in mind, a lot of that is water weight, but a lot of that is inflammation weight. And I'll get into that later. Sleep quality, he went from a 5 to a 9. I don't think you guys understand. 5 is sleep is ass. I don't even want to sleep. It doesn't feel good. I just sleep because I have to. 9 is like you're looking forward to sleep. You woke up completely rejuvenated, right? Sleep duration, 7 to 8 hours, right? So he finally started to lock in. He's starting to get consistency. Oh shit, he's starting to get consistency. Energy, he went from a 5 to a 9. For all you fuckers out there who think that I can't fast because I'm gonna be super tired, I'm gonna feel super sick to my stomach, and I'm gonna feel nauseous, need I say more? Don't believe what I say. Look at the fucking client, bro. He's 4 days into his fast, he hasn't eaten anything in 4 days. He's only drank water with electrolytes, black coffee, and in this specific case, he can take Zins, nicotine, because he doesn't have an autoimmune issue. It's something else. Just nicotine, water with electrolytes, and black coffee. And he went from a 5 energy to a 9 energy. His mood, he went from a 4 to a 9. This is a very nonchalant guy, okay? He's very chill. And he tends to be very tired all day. And you might think he's chill, but really he's just fucking tired and low energy. And he's feeling a 9 in energy and in mood. He basically became a killer in 4 days. That's only 4 days. Imagine day 14. That shit's fucking insane. His skin health, still the same, right? 5. Skin health is inflammation in your body, right? That's gonna start having effects later in the fast. That's not something that you see automatically, but I'll make an update video if you guys want. And 100% his skin's gonna be at a 10 or 9. And then the urine color, that's for me and him. I told him to start taking more electrolytes because if your pee is clear, that's bad. He thought it was good. Common mistake. And then obviously there's his notes. I'm not gonna go over that. This motherfucker still didn't put his day 1 photo. I need to get on his ass for that because I need a case study, all right? But anyways, 4 days in, visible shifts across all fucking metrics. So his weight, he's minus 11 pounds. He's down 11 fucking pounds. Hold up. That's way too. Give me a minute, guys. All right, 4 days in, and there's visible shifts across every single metric. Weight, he's down 11 pounds. Mood, he went from a 4 to a 9. Energy, 5 to a 9. Skin, 5 to a 6. Or, I'm not sure, that might be wrong. Hunger, 7 to a 6. Cravings, from compulsive to conscious presence. I forgot to look over the notes, whatever. But if you go back in the video and you zoom in on one of the notes, quote unquote, he said cravings are slowly going away, just sticking to Nick and water. Nicotine means nicotine. Nick just means nicotine. But the point is, a lot of you guys think that 14 days I'm going to be starving, I'm going to be fucking going insane. After day 3, guys, the craving starts going away. You might get a little bit of temptation if something like smells good, but that fucking cramping hunger, it goes away after like day 2, day 3. And so there's no fucking reason for you guys not to do a fast, and you don't need to do the E28 program. That's my program. That's if you want to fucking crush it, right? Get personally coached from a professional who's done it a million times. But that's if you're willing to invest yourself, because that shit's not cheap. I'm gonna just tell you guys right now. But do your own research and do a fast. You'll see the fucking insane results. Now, look, this is what he tried before and why it failed. This is because, look, you don't get these results from just eating healthier. You cut out heavy carbs and start eating a carnivore diet or maybe like a fruit diet or something. You might feel a little bit better, but you're not going to lose 11 pounds. You're not going to go from a 4 to a 9 in mood. Your energy's not going to skyrocket from a 5 to a 9. Your skin's not going to get better that fast. Your hunger is going to stay the fucking same probably. And your cravings especially are going to stay the same. If not, they're going to fucking rise. So what he tried before, he's tried eating more protein. And when I say protein, I don't just mean a carnivore diet. He's tried all types of fucking diets because he struggles with acne. And so I never really struggled with acne. I struggled with other shit. But with acne, it's a lot of no greasy foods, right? No oily foods, no heavy carbs, no chocolate. Sugar is really bad, right? And so he's tried cutting out sugar. He's tried all types of shit. And nothing has gotten him the actual results that he's been getting in just these 4 days, right? He's tried supplements, he's tried fucking creams and shit. He's tried, what's that? Fuck those gummies that's for your skin. They claim apparently it's good for you, right? It's bullshit. It's not gonna do shit for you. Tried sleeping, fixing his sleep. Well, guess what, guys? Newsflash. Even if you're in bed on time and you put your alarm for the right time and you get, let's say, 8 hours of sleep, if your body is still digesting food, you're not gonna get the full benefit of those 8 hours because you're not going to hit deep REM sleep. Your body's going to be slightly asleep and you're going to wake up. Even if you slept over 12 hours, you're going to wake up tired still. And if you've tried fixing your sleeping schedule to get more energy, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And so the reason why none of this shit works is because you're just chasing the symptoms, okay? You're chasing the effects and not the root cause. And the more you chase symptoms, the more tangled you get. Say you take supplements for your skin, right? Well, guess what? Supplements half of the time don't work because the supplements will help one thing, but your diet is directly going against the benefit that you're getting. So for example, if you take ashwagandha, right, because you want to lower your stress levels, cool, but then you go and eat sugar, which spikes your glycemic, you get a glycemic spike from that, it completely negates the effect of the ashwagandha. And not only does it negate the effect, but it actually confuses your brain and fucks up your whole hormonal system. So what ends up happening is you chase the symptoms and you just get all fucked up. What ends up happening is you usually just give up, which is what I talked about in the last video, where you're trying to do cold showers to fix maybe the inflammation. You're trying to fix your sleeping schedule so you can help with your energy. You're trying to cut out carbs for whatever reason, right? And all of these things are just treating the symptoms. But like I said in the beginning, there's still that leaky faucet or whatever. There's still that leak. And so what you're basically doing is you're mopping every single day, but the damage is still there. And the only way that you can fucking completely get rid of this symptom web is to just go and heal the root cause. Stop chasing the effects. Stop chasing the symptoms and actually solve the root cause, right? And so what is the root issue? We're on the same page now, hopefully, right? Fuck the FX, fuck the symptoms. What's the root cause? And the root cause is systemic inflammation. And what that means is, before I get into this, oh shit, I want to go into the actual definition. So the Google definition is a localized physical condition in which part of the body becomes reddened, swollen, hot, and often painful, especially as a reaction to an injury or infection. Quote, chronic inflammation of the nasal cap. I don't even know why I fucking read that. Forget I said that. But basically, inflammation is your body's fight response. So if you get a cut on your hand, let's say, it's going to get inflamed. And what does that mean? It just means your body is sending blood to that area because your blood carries nutrients. It carries antibacteria bullshit. And so it's sending all of its weapons there, right? And so inflammation is not bad, technically, right? But if your whole body is inflamed, that means your whole body is in alert mode. Your whole body is trying to fucking survive. Your whole body is in chaos. And what happens when your body's in chaos? A whole lot of bullshit happens, okay? And so the reason I put this is because people don't understand how important inflammation is. And this definition gives you think that inflammation is not dangerous. It's just normal reaction from your body, right? Whatever, inflammation. Take some fucking aspirin, right? But if you go and you do a little bit more research, you go at National Cancer Institute. This is from the actual US government's website for cancer. Let's see their definition for inflammation. A normal part of the body's response to injury or infection. Inflammation occurs when the body releases chemicals that trigger an immune response to fight off infection or heal damaged tissue, like I was saying before. Once the injury or an infection is healed, the inflammatory process ends. Inflammation is good, it helps, right? But chronic inflammation is when it never fucking heals, because instead of healing the root cause, you're just healing the symptoms. And so the water from that leak just keeps leaking and the inflammation never stops. So chronic inflammation is an abnormal immune response in which the inflammatory process does not end when it should, or may begin when there is no infection or injury. Over time, chronic inflammation can damage healthy cells, tissues, and organs. This can lead to diseases such as cancer, heart disease, diabetes, asthma, Alzheimer's disease, and autoimmune conditions. And there's more. All right. So I'm not a fucking conspiracy theorist, guys. This is from the US official National Cancer Institute. And you wonder, why is this not fucking mainstream? Why doesn't everybody know that inflammation is the cause of cancer? It literally says diseases such as cancer. And I can break down on why, because it damages the cells, which creates zombie cells, which is cells that they should be dead, but they're still alive. And instead of doing their job and releasing white blood cells, which is good and heals diseases, it releases a zombie cell. It releases bad toxins, and those toxins create up diseases like cancer and tumors and crazy shit, right? And so if everybody knew this, if you just solve inflammation, then you could literally solve cancer, right? But guess what? The cancer institution is a $1 billion institution. The cancer industry makes billions of dollars through chemo and all that shit, right? Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune conditions, right? I struggled with topical steroid withdrawal, which is not like anabolic steroids, which makes your muscles big, even though my muscles are fucking huge. Autoimmune, I lost my train of thought. Topical steroids it's a cream that you put on your skin, right? And so instead of treating the autoimmune, which is what causes eczema, they give you a cream that makes the rash go away, right? And so if I just take that cream for the rest of my life, now those who create the cream are making passive income on my ass because I'm never going to heal. I'm just going to keep treating the symptom, and those motherfuckers are making money. But if some fucking nut job like me comes along and tells everybody, hey, if you just treat the cause, you don't have to buy their shit, well, now they don't make any more money. So that's why this shit's not mainstream. And so the reason why I'm so fucking passionate about fasting is not just because of skin, all right? Skin is one thing that I struggled with, but it's more than skin. It's about your brain. It's about your fucking competence. It's about your spirituality, right? You want to become a high performer. You want to be the best version of yourself. You need to remove all the inflammation, okay? So now that you understand that the root cause of all this shit is inflammation, right? Let's see why inflammation does this. So when you have inflammation in the nervous system, right? Your nervous system is, man, if you don't know what the nervous system is, then you're cooked. But your nervous system is what makes you feel things, basically. It's nerves, right? And if your nervous system is cooked, flamed, then you get anxiety, right? You get brain fog. You get pain in your body, right? Do you ever get muscle pains or you feel tense or you're just not a flexible person? I know that's random. That's your nervous system being so in the fight or flight, right? Endocrine system is what creates, it's a little fucking gland in your head. And that's what causes adrenal, right? And adrenaline is really fucking good for you. It can also be really bad for you. It's what makes you wake up, right? It's what makes you fucking do things. And cortisol is what wakes you up in the morning. Melatonin, whatever. Melatonin is what makes you sleep. Cortisol is what makes you wake up, right? So cortisol is good, right? Cortisol makes you lock in. But cortisol, too much, will fuck you bad. It'll cause so much stress. You'll start getting forehead lines like me, right? You'll get fucking eye bags. And cortisol, there's so much problems with cortisol. It causes more brain fog, causes more anxiety, it causes mental illness. So cortisol overload will fuck you up. So itching, that's cortisol. Your lymphatic system, if it gets clogged through inflammation, you get poor drainage, which causes puffiness. And what is your lymphatic system? If you're into the whole looks maxing thing, you've probably heard about it. But I was hip about that shit before. Your lymphatic system is the only system in your body that doesn't have a pump. So think of your veins, right? Your heart. Your blood, the only thing moving your blood through your body is your heart. That's why it pumps. It's pumping blood. Your lymphatic system is just like your veins. It's all over your body, but there's no pump. The only way that lymphatic fluid moves around your body is through you moving and shit. That's why it's so important to do exercise. And you might be wondering, like, is it blood? What's a lymphatic system? What's lymphatic fluid? Lymphatic fluid is what carries white blood cells, or I don't know, or white cells, whatever. It carries the cells that fights diseases. And so that's extremely important. If your lymphatic system is fucked up, then you don't have anything to fight diseases. And that's where you get things like cancer, lymphatic, lymphoma, whatever the fuck. I don't know. You can do your research on that. But poor drainage also means that your face will get puffy. You'll look fat, even though you have a low body fat. So it'll fuck up your lymphatic system. So if you're trying to look sharp and looks max, that's bad. Holy shit, I just realized there's 2 lymphatic systems. But this is a lymphatic system. This was supposed to be liver. Or wait, I fucked it up. I'm not about to refilm this video. Your liver is what transfers your food into energy. And so when you fast, you teach your liver how to get energy from your own body fat, because your liver has been depending on the food that you eat your whole life. Well, if you go into survival mode, your body's like, oh shit, I need energy and there's no food. it'll start taking from your fat reserves, which is what ketosis is. And when you're in ketosis, you start autophagy. Holy shit, guys. There's so much knowledge that I'm just fucking throwing everything at the wall. Trust me, I'm gonna get better with explaining eventually as I make more videos. But as you can tell, this shit goes deep. The rabbit hole goes crazy deep. Gut liver axis, toxin load, leaky gut, right? That's where things like IBS come through, right? And so treating the symptom, that's not gonna get you anywhere. Treating the root cause, that's how you solve systemic inflammation, right? Cool. And so I wanna show you guys the actual science of what's happening in this client's body right now. So he's 4 days in, right? So day 1, your blood sugar and insulin drop, which automatically means that there's less fuel available to run on, because sugar is not bad. Sugar is energy, okay? And insulin is the direct effect of sugar. So if you have a lot of sugar, your insulin spikes. Insulin means energy. That's why if you eat a very sugary diet, your insulin is all the way up and down. You get fucked up. Diabetes, it has to do with insulin, right? And so if your insulin's down, then you have less energy. And that means that you're going to be fucking hungry. You're going to be mad. You're going to feel terrible. And so day 1 of the fast is going to feel like shit. That's why his mood was like, I think a 4 on the first day. I already forgot, right? So what's happening is your body is just begging for energy, because your body is so used to getting energy from food that you eat, right? And so your body's starving, doesn't have energy, right? Day 2, lymphatic drainage begins, right? So this is when you start losing a lot of weight out of fucking nowhere. It's because the water in your body leaves. You become drier, okay? Day 3 and day 2 is the same as day 1, to be honest. It's kind of the same thing. The only difference, you start losing weight. You still feel like shit. You're still hungry. Usually you actually feel hungrier because your body's still not used to it. Day 3, mitochondrial cleanup. So this is when your body finally realizes that you're a stubborn piece of shit and you're not going to start eating, and it realizes it needs to lock in. And so what happens is it stops begging you for food, stops giving you hunger signals, right? Your ghrelin goes down, and you start using your fat reserves as energy. And even if you're skinny, like this guy, I think he was 150, right? He's not skinny, he's pretty built, but he's obviously not fat, right? He still has a lot of fat reserves. I don't care how skinny you are, unless you are anorexic, you can do a fast. You have enough fat reserves, right? And so what happens is you start using your fat cells as energy. And when you use your fat cells, you actually clean up waste. Because what happens is a lot of the diseases and sicknesses in your body, it's held in your fat reserves. Your fat is just extra energy. And so you're using that energy. And while you're using that energy, you're also getting rid of all the compounded damage that you've gotten throughout the years. That's what I was talking about. You can fix your diet, but you're still going to have those fat cells in your body that holds a bunch of that you don't want, that causes brain fog and anxiety and all this shit, right? And so what happens is, because you start having energy again, because your energy is coming from a different source, your mood improves, right? Your energy spikes up. And that's exactly what happened to him on day, I'm not going to go through all that, but on day 3, you could see that his energy went all the way up. His mood went all the way up, because now your body is learning how to use its own energy, right? And unlike food, every time you eat food, your energy spikes or it lowers. It's all over the place, right? But if you're getting energy from your fat reserves, it's a consistent flow of energy throughout the whole day. And so not only is it consistent, but it's consistently high energy. And that's where you become a fucking killer, okay? That's when you become a stoic G, okay? And then day 4, gut and brain axis reconnect. Inflammatory signals recede, okay? So this is when your body it leaves fight or flight mode. Your parasympathetic, I forgot, I don't know how to say that shit. Your nervous system goes into relaxed mode. It goes into, I'm not trying to survive anymore. And the inflammation goes down. And again, remember, inflammation is the cause of all the fucking diseases, all your problems. So day 4 is when you start seeing crazy results. And as you saw, the client, he is getting crazy results. So the whole point of this video is to show you guys that I'm not just yapping. Inflammation is the body's emergency response when it's overwhelmed and can't keep up. And that's something that sleep won't fix. That's something that stretching won't fix. That's something that prayer won't fix, unless Jesus wants to help you or something. Whatever. I'm not going to step on God's toes. But inflammation is something that can only be solved with something like the E28 fasting reprogramming. And now, I would tell you to join the program, but I'm not going to lie. That shit's expensive. I'm not going to tell you the price, but it ain't no damn $100 program, because I literally coach you one-on-one, right? My time is valuable. Whatever. This is not a fucking sales pitch. I'm just trying to show you that fasting is the answer, right? And the reason why it works is because it cleans up waste. It flushes all the inflammation in your body. It redirects your energy. So your energy is going to healing and resetting instead of just digesting and sending more energy to have even more inflammation, which causes even more problems. And it allows you to repair. So if you want a video on me explaining the E28 program, I'll make a video on it. But if you want the E28 program where I actually coach you one-on-one, and that's going to cost money, obviously, because I run like a whole nother business and I don't have free time. But the point is, fasting is what's going to get you to that next level. And I'm not just fucking yapping. It's literally in the official government's National Cancer Institute, and you can go into a rabbit hole on this. You can go into all the people that tried to speak up about this and just went missing. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. The proof is in the pudding. Okay? But yeah, guys, if you guys thought this was helpful at all, leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll make a video specifically for whatever questions you have. And if you have any advice, I'll take it. Constructive criticism. But that's it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.